Live. Yo, we live. What's going on? This is Rick. I'm here with Mr. Rakes, Mr. Martin. We get ready to start this podcast off. We're going to call this joint From the Stands, a South Jersey podcast. Trying to do something different. Listen, it's our first go round, so it's going to be, you know what I'm saying? Some stuff that ain't going to be all the way right, but hopefully we get ready to do something pretty good. We gotta put it on mute. What's going on? This is Rick. I'm here with Mr. Rakes, Mr. Martin. Damn, we all in there. So we already started off with one. But listen, man, we just gonna try to bring something this week. We trying to do something fun, innovative, new, some stuff that's gonna bring out, some interest in the kids. So we got some good stuff that we're gonna be doing on here, trying to bring out some features, stuff like that. So once y'all see it, you know what I mean? Show us some love. We just here, man. We just here trying to do some stuff. Larry, what's good, man? What's poppin', bro?
We for the first week.
He's starting already.
For the first week, we had a full roster. You know what I mean? We took care of Ocean City. It's not too much to talk about. They was 4-0, but probably one of the worst 4-0 teams out.
Mm-hmm. I seen a bad call against that Ocean City.
Yeah, that was a touchdown.
That was a touchdown.
Would that have changed the game?
Nah. They would have got 7 instead of 3. They got 3 out of that drive.
Okay.
That was a crazy catch. The refs jerked him. I ain't gonna lie. He had a foot in, drugged the other foot. Ref said. I said, "Oh shit!"
Was he at the tailgate before the joint? Like what was it?
I said they down Richland cheating. I said they did some shit.
First home game.
They done cheated.
Right.
But nah, we got our players back. Couple players back, so our offense is moving. We got more playmakers. So I'll wait to see when we play some better competition. You know how I feel about that.
Yeah.
I think everybody want to know how the Vocalo's kid is doing and what he's bringing to the table for y'all.
Angelo's bringing some tenacity. You know, that nastiness, that aggressiveness, fire the team up type of player. Mm-hmm. He's out there making plays. I believe that as the season goes and they just get more time on the field and get back into playing shape 100%. By the playoffs, by the time we play Willie in that last game, it will be Prep Willie will be game of the year, and everybody will be locked and loaded.
Listen, man, I saw the highlight of Cornell running a little stop and go. Looked long, explosive, athletic. Could be a game changer for y'all.
Immediate. Immediate. 7 catches for 178 and 3 touchdowns. First game back.
Mm-hmm.
Immediate.
Yeah.
That's scary. That's scary.
The crazy thing is, as good as he is at receiver, he's a blue chip recruit in the secondary. So he locks shit down in the secondary too. I mean, kids got offers from Tennessee, Auburn, Oregon, Penn State, just to name a few. Mm-hmm. Just so you know what the type of level athlete he is.
And it's hard getting an offer from Penn State.
It's hard.
Yeah,
It's hard.
It's
hard. I mean, that's the local school thing. Like, they can't just throw it out there.
It's hard.
Unless they really want, unless they're going to take your commitment, they can't throw it out there. You know what I mean?
Yeah, most definitely, man. So the Ocean City game was pretty good. Who y'all got next week?
Next week we got RV. That ain't nothing to look forward to.
I thought RV was kind of on the rise or something.
Nah, they young this year. They lost over the last 2-3 years. They done lost like 70 seniors over the last 3 years.
Dang.
How the hell they lose that many? That's why they suck.
Iverson's junior year, that senior class, Iverson's senior year, and then the year after Iverson. Them 3 years, they lost like 70 seniors.
They compete with. Don't they have? Ain't that all in the same area? RV,
Willingboro, Burlington Township, Burlington City.
Don't they got a Catholic
like
school somewhere?
All over there.
They got
Holy Cross, but yeah, Holy Cross got a couple of RV kids.
Rancocas is the biggest though. Rancocas got it's basically Mount Holly, like I think like West Hampton, East Hampton, Lumberton, something else. It's like the regional school.
What's up? Yeah,
it's a big school.
Yeah, we got people on right now. Some of the Johns, Dawu on here. Den, what's up, baby?
What's up, baby?
Hey, man, listen, we trying to be as transparent as we can We're gonna try to tame ourselves. But if y'all hear certain words like, suck, stink, stuff like that, it's not directed at the kids. It's just us like expressing ourselves. You know what I'm saying? We just trying to have fun with this. Just trying to put it out there, man. That's it. So, when we doing this thing, it's a learning experience. But y'all could throw us questions. We're gonna read some of these questions in a little bit, and bring some of y'all in. Just having fun with this. But so y'all got RV this week. Everybody know the big game was Highland versus Timber Creek. I gotta say this, man. The hype machine that we did on social media talking about that game, it definitely worked. Everybody was out there talking about this game.
It was a big game too. Last year it was packed too.
It was packed. I think people wanted to come back to see what was going to happen this year. It was a better Timber Creek team. It was a better Highland team. Right. So people wanted to see how it was going to play out. Us going back and forth in the group and on the page, man.
Big game.
It was a huge game, man. So look, man, Johnny, listen, man, y'all got us. You know what I'm saying? Y'all got us. We wet the bed, man. As the homie Khalid would say, y'all wet the bed. We wet the bed, man. I gotta go ahead and admit it.
Like I was talking to y'all earlier, I think in my opinion, I think that Highland, to the coaches' credit, because I kills the coaches. You know what I'm saying? But to their credit, I think they played milk truck football. You know what I'm saying? Keep the ball out of this kid's hand when they get on the field, hit him, make him y'all seem like kind of like y'all was rushed. Like everything seemed sped up. You know what I'm saying? I mean, going down 14 real fast to a running football team is tough.
Yeah,
that's definitely tough.
Yeah. That was. I mean, I ain't even gonna hold.
So now you gotta throw the ball a little bit more than you want to throw the ball. You gotta kind of. The goal was not to literally get in the rhythm. Mm-hmm. And the way you keep a good quarterback out of rhythm is keep him on the sideline.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? I mean, but y'all knew we was gonna come in and run the ball 100 times.
You know what I think threw us off, man? I think they was expecting Johnny to be in on the first series. That kind of threw us off a little bit.
That right there, you seen the kids say, like, they was looking around like, well, because Johnny was the key, so they was like, well, who do we can on there?
Yeah, it threw us off, man.
Yeah. That was big.
Where the beer at?
That was big. That was big.
Yeah. So.
That was big. That was big.
My first thought, man, was God damn. I said God damn. I said I ain't expected to happen. That I knew the kids was going to come out and be like real like anxious, like they all wanted to play. So I figured whoever got the ball first would score first, and then that other team would come back and kind of match it. But we didn't match it.
Somebody wants to know why did they tell Winslow kids they weren't allowed at the game?
I don't know. I don't know that was kind of corny. I think that with as much I don't think the problem started with Highland's kids and Winslow's kids at the incident. It wasn't about that. I think it just got a little out of hand with certain things I ain't gonna speak on, but it just got a little out of hand. But it wasn't the kids. So I'll say that. So I don't know why they wouldn't allow the kids in there. That was kind of corny.
Yeah, they
especially when you're in Blackwood and anybody know about Blackwood, Gloucester Township, it's.
You ain't coming out there playing no games, man. Come on, man. We're in the middle of nowhere. Like, let's for real.
I ain't doing no drinking and driving, Wood. You ain't got to worry. 2 Coronas, baby. That's it.
You better not drive stupid out there.
Right. I mean, you better have didn't make
seatbelt on.
Yeah.
Have a helmet on.
I know I had a couple people text me about it. They was already on their way. I told them don't worry about it. Yeah, I saw them at the game, so they probably,
that was corny.
They worked it out. I think stuff like that don't even matter. I mean, even if you show an ID, and you go in there acting a fool and you dip off, how the hell you know it's that kid anyway?
Right.
What kid is bringing their ID on Friday night?
On Friday nights, right?
You know what I'm saying?
Well, some kids would to get the student discount.
Yeah, we've been trying to figure out who Roskino Ross is for a while, Wood. I don't know who that motherfucker is.
It might be Patty.
Pardon me. I don't know who that motherfucker is. But we've been trying to figure it out. I know they talk.
He said, "What's up?"
I know they talk a lot about Hamilton, so I'm trying to figure out who is it.
One of two.
Oh wait! Gotti said, "What is this? Rakes don't ever put this in the rankings with no authorization." I'm authorized, baby.
What up, baby?
What up, baby?
What up, baby? What it do, baby? Nah, that's funny. That's funny.
I mean, we got the live podcast going, Gotti. We're taking this shit to another level.
That's it. Hey, yo. So Johnny, I gotta ask you, man. Like coming into that game, you know, early on, your first thoughts when you saw the teams warming up, when you saw them getting prepared, when you saw how amped up both teams, what was your first initial thoughts? You thought it was going to be a dogfight? You thought
Well, I wasn't there for that. You know,
okay.
I was at my tailgate.
You was tailgating.
We'll get to the game of the week in a few. But
when I got there, the energy from the game was crazy. Mm-hmm. And I thought some kids might hyperventilate because that's what happened with us with
St.Joe's.
St. Joe's.
Yeah.
A lot of our guys started hyperventilating and stuff and all that. So I was glad to see that they didn't. But I'm going to tell you, the plan was, which I didn't want to say early on, was milk truck football.
Mm-hmm.
Hold the ball. Long drives. You know what I'm saying?
Wear them down. Lay on them.
Lay on them.
Lay on them.
Lay on them because Donovan Leary is a great quarterback. Mm. But if he can't get on the field and get warm, then
yeah, I mean,
you know,
I think his rhythm was definitely off a little bit. I think he. I mean, I'm not going to think for the kid, but I'm thinking what I would be thinking. What are the things that's going on? I played sparingly last year.
Right.
I want to come out and prove that I'm
right.
here now.
Right.
I'm playing against my crosstown rivals,
right.
my boys that I played at GT with.
Right.
I went to school with.
Right.
And then I got my uncle across the sideline.
Right.
I want to prove stuff to him. Mm-hmm. So as a kid, I mean, just all those variables alone, you got to be feeling some type of anxious. Like you know what I'm saying? Like if you not feeling that, you a cold, but you straight cold blooded. But I'm sure all of us, would be feeling that. So it looked like he was a little rushed, a little off early on. But I mean, he settled down, had some good passes.
Good passes.
Definitely showed why he's one of the best quarterbacks in South Jersey.
Absolutely.
I had Timber Creek as 3 touchdown favorites.
You know how hard it was for me not to say the game plan?
I mean, but Johnny,
it was hard.
Yo,
3 touchdown favorites, as well as many people on the southern side had Timber Creek as 2 to 3 touchdown favorites, and just to see them come up short again, it's really disheartening.
Listen, I'm gonna say this: that game was won in the first quarter, in the second quarter.
Yes.
Because Highland came out, bang bang, hit us 14 points. They up, bang. Before we even knew it, they up.
Like you said, not having Johnny in that first series.
That was off.
Because that's the key. All right, we playing now. Oh, where's he at? Oh, he's not on the field.
Mm-hmm.
And to do it without him in that first series,
right,
was big. That gave them a lot of confidence.
Was major. That was real major.
But
I mean, I was at my game.
I felt
the first thing I saw was
14
Johnny Martin break 65-yard touchdown run on 3rd and 12, and I find that very alarming. That you give up a 65-yard touchdown. On the 3rd and 12.
That's my
I find that very alarming.
So,
the first thing that I think of when I hear that is pudding. It comes across extremely soft. Do you want to comment on that?
Yeah, the soft. I wouldn't say. Listen, I think early on we didn't play as good as we should have. We definitely were either A, hitting the wrong gaps, because that thing just, it just, boom, it opened up. Before you know it, he up on the corner. Next thing you know, he's running past the safety.
You know, those guys.
You know what I'm saying? Like,
listen, those guys up at Highland.
saying bye-bye, wave. Did he wave?
Bye-bye.
Where Johnny at? He coming back? I got to ask him, did he wave?
Like, and this is what I was saying, and you know I'm a Highland guy, but our front is mean. Our offensive line is...
But they weren't mean against St. Joe's, though.
That was the first game, and then Rutgers Stadium, they never been there before. They're playing a big game, first game of the season. I think the coaches was a little off, players was off. It was just one of those games. You know what I'm saying? But that game helped them out a lot. That game, and to keep it real, the battle was won up front. That's what a battle in any football game. Whoever controls the line of scrimmage is normally
we all know that Timber Creek ain't winning no battles up front. That's not.
Let me tell you why. They don't run the ball.
Yeah, we dominated Hamilton up front. We're going to get back to certain. We're going to get back to certain things. I think there's that loss. I mean, me as a coach, that loss with like
the running back. What's the running back?
It just shed light on everything that
Elijah
we need to do.
That was a game that Elijah should have had 25.
Elijah was getting off. He was getting 5-6 a pop.
Yeah, he should have had 25 carries.
He was getting off. Y'all was in the 3 front at times.
He said
you got to run the ball.
He said Joe's made y'all look like a senior midget team.
Yes, they did. What am I saying? They smacked us around. What am I saying? Smacked us all the way around.
So, you know, that leads
guess what?
That leads me into the strength of schedule debate. You see what I'm saying?
It's matchups though.
Here's what I'm saying. And they was in a 3 front against Joe's. And that kid, it wasn't Jada. What's that other running back for Joe?
Ahmad Ross.
Oh, he killed us.
Yo, he's a grown man. He good.
Mercado.
He killed us.
Mercado is 23, right?
23. They didn't do anything against us.
I mean, y'all front. Y'all ain't never go down there with a 3-man front, did you?
What did we play with that game?
Probably a 5.
5 or 4?
I'll be honest, I don't remember. Yeah.
But I think what happened with the Highland Timber Creek game is that
it's a rivalry game, first of all.
Right.
So the unexpected is going to happen.
It's always going to happen, but I don't think they ran the ball enough. And I think Highland just trucked the ball.
I never think they're physical enough. You know, to me, they're a finesse team. I ain't seen them play in person this year, so I can't tell you what they got this year yet. But they just come across as a finesse team, a pretty team, a team that's worried about how they look type of team.
Because
you know
they
what I'm
throw
saying?
the ball a lot.
Yeah, like
they don't run the ball nearly enough.
I never feel like they impose their will on a game. You know what I mean? They don't impose their
will.
will.
How do you impose your will on the game?
Up front.
You run the ball.
You got to impose your will up front. On one side of the ball or the other,
you have to
got to impose your will.
Elijah supposed to have 25 carries that game. I mean, he was getting 4 and 5 yards a clip. I kept screaming up top, "Put 4 down lineman up there, you stupid."
Yeah.
What is the matter with you?
You saying that everybody on our sideline was talking about running the ball.
Run the ball. Put 4 down lineman. And Elijah was gashing him.
He was gashing. Yo. The one joint I thought he was about to going towards the school. I thought he was out.
Who's the top 3 in Group 4?
I don't know. We'll get to that.
We'll get to that.
We'll get to that.
This is what somebody's asking me.
It was a great game, though. It was a great game. Defense was the whole second half.
Yeah, the whole second half, it was just back and forth. Nobody could really score. Everybody was moving the ball between the 30 and the 30.
Right.
So it made for a good game.
All right. So the top three in Group 4 right now. Right now.
We gonna answer all like those questions. The top 4.
Top 3 in Group 4.
Jada, we gonna get to them in like 2 minutes. We're going to get to them joints in like 2 minutes.
I'm sorry, Mr. Byers, for talking crazy about you before. I'm a believer.
He said he a believer.
But feeding off the Timber Creek Highland game, as you know, me and Ryder was talking, and I was telling him, you know, maybe you two, a couple people were unpleasant with the rankings, and I was just trying to tell them that who you play, when you play, how you play matters, and it all works itself out.
It does.
You know what I mean? Because before y'all played, like, it looked like Timber Creek should have been ranked higher, maybe, right?
But I never thought we should have been ranked higher.
But it did to me in general public. It looked like they should have been ranked just a couple spots higher, right?
Yeah, cause we.
And everybody was saying Timber Creek's gonna roll. Everybody's thinking Timber Creek's gonna roll. Timber Creek's gonna roll.
But people are discounting how tough of a team Winslow is. Now I know they might lose some games, but they play tough.
They do.
Who's that?
Tough.
Who's that?
Winslow.
Winslow do. They do. They got a good defense.
But Highland
Highland
hasn't played anybody since Joe's until they played Creek. Now we really trying to figure out who Highland and Creek is because Creek hadn't played nobody. So like we trying to figure out who's who. I ran with the Creek. I made the mistake of running with the Creek. I gotta live with that. But now we see, Highland's better than the Creek. So maybe Creek it was ranked at right around about the right area. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, but I wouldn't say. I just think that we just came in with a better game plan, and that game plan was to hold the ball. Run the ball.
There's no such thing as a better game plan when it's
the ball.
when you have to beat one person to win the game. Like when does Timber Creek learn that you have to beat one person to win this game? This damn
that's
game.
The thing.
Nah, it didn't come down to that. You got to
Right.
remember the first play, the first joint was
Last year he beat you with just over 100. This year you let him get 170.
But it wasn't all about Johnny.
They was throwing, you know what I mean, jabs here and there, boom, 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 from different players.
Right.
So that's what kept it off balance.
Right.
Last year they didn't even attempt to give nobody else the ball.
He had 22 carries. Last year he had 28.
Yeah, but it was the type of carries.
It's different.
It was a series of carries. Let's say that.
And one carry was 65 yards.
And they took
So you take the 65 away. He had 21 carries for 110.
Right. He had a couple chunk plays.
Yeah, big chunk plays.
You know what I'm saying?
So y'all was tapping him in the backfield. Was y'all tapping him in the backfield?
A couple plays we got him in the backfield.
All right.
And then after that it was like he would get like 2 yards, 3 yards, boom, 30, or boom, 20. You know what I'm saying? It wasn't like gashing. It was a tough game.
There was also pivotal moments in that game. Third down play.
The third down plays was huge.
Look at the third
They
down.
had two third down plays.
Play with the quarterback.
Like that was we get that stop on third down. That's a momentum changer. That was a touchdown drive, right? So now
you gotta get off the field in third down. That's crucial for everybody. You gotta get off the field.
I think
it's demoralizing to your defense when they come up short on third down, especially third and long. Third and long is disastrous.
Yeah,
I think Timber Creek just throws the ball too much.
Yeah, that's what he said. As soon as y'all got ranked, he started talking.
Who?
I think Timber Creek.
Me? Nah, I was just trying to hype the game up, having fun with my boy.
Oh, we all know Group 1 is Williamstown Penn's Group collision course.
Shit, y'all got remember
Penn's Group collision.
We just talking, I didn't talk against Violent. I didn't talk against anybody else. Hamilton. Yeah. I'm not going to talk the rest of the season like that unless I know. Like if I'm playing somebody I know, I'm say something, or if they go back and forth, we just gonna have fun with it.
Right.
But I'm just not like talking trash all season. I ain't doing. You know what I mean? That's not
who you play, when you play.
It matters.
How you play matters.
Yeah, right there to the left.
You know what I mean? So you lost to Highland's a worthy opponent. You lost to a worthy opponent. You only lost by what? 4 points.
4.
So it's not like it's not.
I didn't even speak on our kicker kicking a 45-yarder.
Yeah,
you see that shit?
Yeah, he had 55 in him.
Yeah, I was like,
it's not the loss like when Camden lost to Delsey last week, 18-6.
Right.
You know, and nobody's seen it coming. You know what I mean?
Right.
The only thing that scared me about Timber Creek, I'm gonna keep it real, was letting Donovan Larry, get in the rhythm. I did not want to see this kid get the rhythm. You know what I'm saying? I said, look, they're gonna come in, they're gonna throw the ball 50 times a game. So I said, the best thing we can do is just hold the ball. Long drives, grueling drives down the field.
Stop it, Brian.
You know what I mean?
Brian talking about Woods, you on the clock. Stop it, Brian. Nah.
Hey, I mean, listen, I told
not really, John. Before this game, 2 to 1 pass ratio. Yeah, we as in Timber Creek didn't have
2 to 1 is 66-33.
Yeah, we're about. That's what I said. I think I said it's like a 60. We like a close
those numbers
to that.
like inflating because
wait. I'm on. He said
They
I'm
run
on
the
the
ball when
record
he
saying
get up,
Holland. He said I'm on the record saying Holland is a quality opponent. Well, what I meant by that was the best team that Timber Creek has played up to this point. Whether they're a quality opponent is to be determined because they only played two teams. They only played two teams. They lost one and they won one.
We played Winslow.
You know what I mean? Winslow's not a quality opponent.
Their record don't reflect, and maybe they got up to play us. I don't know.
Winslow's not a quality opponent though.
Tough football team, man.
Winslow stinks. All right, they're getting
Winslow stinks.
They're getting the first one on the podcast. They're getting the first. Pew wee, get him out of here. Winslow stinks.
He said
Pew wee, get him out of here.
Well, they played us.
they got good players though. I don't understand. Like, yo, I'm listening to officials.
Have one of the most athletic communities in the southern region.
Bro,
I don't know why they stink.
Bro, a lot of people watch the game and can't understand why they are as bad as they are. I just left a dinner and they was talking about how undisciplined and bad Winslow was. And this was down in Burlington Township.
I'm gonna tell you,
They ain't even from up here and they talking about that was crazy.
Winslow's a good
that's-
football team, man. They might be.
They got great players.
And I don't mean poorly.
They had a lot of athletes. I ain't gonna say they got great players. They have a lot of athletes.
You know what I mean? They got good players, bro.
You know what I was talking
They got
about,
good
man,
players.
and we was talking
Oh,
about,
don't worry. We gonna get into the Millville TC game. That's all my action right there. I'm pumping the Millville
Winslow, a good
TC
team.
game
We
up.
like one player away. We one player away. And now, I'm really thinking about what he's saying. I told him, I said, you know what? What they is? They the tune-up fight before the championship fight.
I can go with that.
You know what I'm saying? They're gonna get you all the way tuned
go
up
with
and
that.
ready. You know what I'm saying?
Violent, listen, woo, Violent, and I bet everybody can agree. Violent probably has the worst coaching staff in South Jersey.
Bro.
They gotta have the worst coaching
I
staff.
have no clue what Violent was doing over there, bro.
They gotta have the worst coaching staff in South Jersey.
Before the game, I said, Violent got sized. They got sized. Bro, they had a receiver. I don't know what happened to the kid. I think he got hurt later in the game. But they had a kid that transferred from Charlotte on Violent team as a receiver. He like 6'2", 6'3". They got Powell. They got the big lineman. They got everything you need.
3 years,
I don't understand it.
Violent has had a good roster,
Bro.
and come up short every year.
I seen a post in one of the groups and it said something about they was talking about some Camden coaches need to be fired or something like that, which I never heard that, but they need to fire them guys down in Violent.
Highland stinks.
You say they need the
Violent's got to be the worst coach. I mean, they get the least with the most. Like the difference, the ratio of getting the least with the most has to belong to Violent.
They stink.
Has to.
Because they got players.
Tyreen Powell's now playing quarterback. Unbelievable. Unfucking believable.
He is a stud.
You think I'm taking a 6'5" guy off the outside? You're on drugs. Little 5'6" Nicky gonna play quarterback. And he gonna stay his 6'5" ass out on the outside. But guess what? 2 weeks ago they said he was playing tight end. I mean, you can't make this shit up.
He was playing tight end.
You can't make this shit up.
He was playing he played tight end, had his hand in the dirt.
Had his hand in the dirt.
And they was trying to throw him
Stephen
seam
Bowman
routes.
says Violent got the most talent
lit.
with the worst coach. And that's what we're saying. Like, you can't make this shit up. The last 3 years,
They stink.
Violent has done the least with the most.
And when I say
in
they
the
stink,
whole
I'm not talking about the kids because they got a lot of talent. There.
Again, we ain't talking about the kids.
Not talking about the kids.
We're not talking about the kids. Because they got some.
They got some players and some athletes,
right,
some good athletes, some fast guys, some big guys. They got a nice little mixture, but the coaching in there is I don't know.
Got to be the worst.
You know, you gotta
And that's
take.
the hat night.
Those are the type of situations you gotta take your kids out of. You gotta take your kids out of them type of situations immediately, or as a parent, you're doing a disservice.
That's a team that you can't be a homer with. You can't say, "Well, this is where I went to school at, and this is where." No, you got to get him out of there. You got to get him out of there. Point blank. The coach stinks.
Yo, that's funny.
Sherwood says Highland stinks, poor coach, and hold Martin to 100 yards or less, and they lose. I'm praying Millville gets them in the second round.
No, you're not.
Gets them in the second round.
Hey, let me tell you
Sherwood, we're praying that you make it to the second round. Don't speak too soon, buddy. We're praying you make it to the second round. We're gonna see what you guys got going on this week when you come down the aerial. All right.
Oh man, yo, this game is a big game, man. It's a big game.
I believe it's a
for
big
both
game.
teams.
It's a big game based off of what we've been talking about, strength and schedule, and how the narrative just changed so fast. Because it was just Creek's going to run the table. This is the year Creek's going to handle Millville. We were already looking past Millville, looking at St. Joe. Like, well, they beat them by a touchdown, and is it going to be close? But we thought Creek would run the table. But the narrative changes that fast once you get into the meat of your schedule. And now we're all trying to figure out, who is Creek really? Creek's own parents are now trying to figure out, man, who are we really when we get into the meat of our schedule? It's no joke. It happened to me before. And that shit happens to everybody.
Let me get back to Wood's comment, man.
You gotta figure out who you are.
Let me get back to Wood's comment. You know, I'm always critical about our coaching and our.
He said we missing Cotty.
Yeah, we missing Cotty. Cotty, where you at, baby?
I don't know if he can get along with all of us. Somebody might get hit with a microphone. You know what I mean? I don't know.
Get him out of here.
The biggest misconception about Highland is that, and you know, that's my son, I love him, but the biggest misconception about Highland is that they're all Johnny Martin. And I say that a lot. Like, Johnny Martin is the guy that, you know, you look to because he gets a lot of carries and he runs pretty well.
He's the face of the program.
He's the face of the program, but you got other guys. You got Mike D'Amico. You got Javon Holly. You got that offensive line. You got players, man. You know what I'm saying? And when
but
guys
only one of them showed up against St. Joe.
Right. And again,
so we're thinking in big games that only one of them is going to show up.
Here's my thing about St. Joe's, man. And I'm telling you, man, we got out coached. I told you, I said St. Joe's is not what they think they are. What you think they are. I said, y'all going to beat them. I told him that. I said, y'all going to beat St. Joe's and it's not going to be close. I told Race this. I said, they're not that good. He said, well, how did you lose? I said, coaching. We had 2 down linemen against a wing T team. How you going to win? You got one guy, maybe the slowest guy on the team, shadowing Jada. Like, it's a highlight reel.
And this is what I'm telling Roderick. If you can't beat Highland, you can't stop Johnny. You ain't beating St. Joe's.
You have this.
But that's a different.
You have to scheme.
See, that's a different type of game, though.
You can't change everything.
Camden High Wilson. Camden High Wilson. I could say this back when I went to school, and before that, it didn't matter the team's records because it's a rivalry game. These boys know each other. That atmosphere was hype, bro.
With the Highland Creek?
Yeah.
Oh, that shit was
like, and I was sitting here thinking,
that shit was
what, like, I know they talking about moving turkey games and moving games around. Before this, I was all for, like, keeping the turkey game the way it was.
Right.
I'm like, keep it. It's tradition. After these 2 games, bro, could you imagine?
Hold on. Let me take this call.
Can you imagine if Wilson and the High played together? We got a call coming in.
Yo, you interrupting the podcast.
Yo, bring him on the jam.
Yo, he got a special call, man. We got a special guest we can't hear.
Mr. Wet.
Hey, the fans are saying in the comments we missing Cotty on the show, man. I'm just saying I don't know if he gets along with everybody enough to be on the show, man. And the table ain't big enough for you either.
Back the truck up.
Oh man, it's Jordan. It's hilarious. How we get a call in?
We got Cotty on the phone, man. In the middle of the podcast, we got Cotty. What do you want us to tell him, Cotty? I didn't call you. You called me. How you hear your name if you ain't watching it? You watching it, man.
Yo, you can't make this up, bro. You can't make this up. This guy, yo.
Hey, listen.
Put the speaker on.
Listen, you.
I don't got time for
Listen, you a star in this youth sports entertainment world. Know what I mean? So you got the attention. You can't shy away now.
Yo, listen. But this my thing. Why is it this my thing, babe? This is my thing. Y'all not even talking about football. Y'all talking about fucking Timber Creek and Highland. Everybody when you hear that shit.
It's a podcast. You gotta bring us the game, bro.
You gotta take him off.
Good guy.
That was the game of the week.
It's the biggest game of the week. Nobody wants to hear it.
What are you talking about?
Yo. You can't make this up, man.
Timber Creek did completely shit the bed. They ain't even use toilet tissue. They wiped their ass with paper towels.
Sound like he in jail. Yo, y'all gotta stop.
All right, so now we will be accepting phone calls on the podcast like the Paul Feinbaum show. We will be taking callers. I didn't know we were going to take callers.
Yeah.
Hold on, bro, because you ain't the McCoy back there, but I do take issue with one thing that Big do say. How the fuck you want to say y'all hammock up front when the McCoy had 2 6 on there and he was hurt the whole second
Because he played Esper Gaming with somebody.
I can't hear it.
All right, Cotty.
We got.
Thanks for calling into the show.
Yeah.
Yo.
Well, you left me get the fuck out of here.
Yo. He said back the truck
I'm
up.
telling you, you can't make this shit up.
You can't make this up, man.
He said he wanted to know how would y'all handle Hamilton when the McCoy had 200 yards or something.
Yo, I mean, listen, this high school football. So let me say that this high school football, right?
Right.
How many rushes he had that game? 25, 28, right? Mm-hmm. So if he break 4 times, if he break 4 times out of that, right? Let's say 40 yards at a clip. Mm-hmm. He already over 100.
Right. I mean,
what about the other? You know what I'm saying? What about the other 15 times he was getting hit in the backfield?
Right.
You know what I'm saying? He had yards.
The fans love Cotty, man. We might gotta bring him back at some point in the show. The fans love him.
I mean, he is.
They said that's a bunch of malarkey in my Cotty voice.
He's a funny guy. He's a very funny guy.
But he
said talk about him.
He Bobby Brown, bro. He would be Bobby Brown, man. We'll be fighting him, all types of stuff. Bobby,
well, I mean, we
showing up to the shows.
We would be able to talk about Hamden, but now they get into the weaker part of their schedule. They played their best 3 teams already, so they played Spirit.
They shocked
Shawnee
Spirit
and Creek 3 in a row.
They shocked the world when they beat.
They shocked the world when they beat Spirit.
They shocked the world.
Big Stone is back. Big Stone made his debut this week. I don't have the stats written down on him, but I heard he has some good hard carries, some good hard runs.
I think Abrams went over.
I think he got in the end zone. I think Abrams had like 200 yards on 10, 11 carries or something. But they played Absegami, and they let Absegami score 20-some points on them.
No.
So we're going to talk about points given up when we get to our game of the week.
This is what I wanted to say. Johnny was hitting on something earlier. We all hit on it. So it's been a lot of talk, different high schools and all of that.
Right.
What up, Deuce? Different high schools and all of that, talking about coaches. So the question that I wanted to address was, is it wrong to openly criticize or disagree with coaches? Like, outwardly on social media, at the game.
Well, let me say this.
You know what I'm saying? I know barbershop talk is barbershop
guys
talk,
are
but
fans
to have that type of, you know what I'm saying?
Like either pros, college, high school youth. And that's one thing that people do is criticize the coaching. Mm-hmm. You know what I'm saying? I mean, you got to.
I do it.
Everybody does it. I kills Highland's coaches, and I love them guys.
They said the camera quality's great.
I kill Highland coaches.
Appreciate
if you do
that.
something wrong,
So
you got to kill
camera.
them, right? It's nothing wrong with that. You know what I'm saying? If you don't want to get killed, call it a better game.
I just was telling y'all earlier, I think, like, the first thing we do is point to the coaches. We like, oh, they should have ran this formation. They should have ran this play. But a lot of the times, it's the kids on the field flat out got to make the play. A lot of the times, the kids got to make the play.
But it's the coaching. It's the coach. It's up to the coach to put the kid in
the best position.
It is.
Best position.
But you see kids out there missing tackles. They ain't we
ain't
seen it.
That happens.
We seen it.
Of course.
That happens.
Of course.
Like,
but you got to remember too, it's 60 plays. Like most high schools get about 60 plays.
Average 60 snaps a game.
About 60 plays. So if a kid missed one tackle out of a couple of plays, it's going to happen. If somebody drop a pass, it's going to happen. You're going to get a rush for a loss. It's going to happen. It's when it happens repeatedly, over and over and over.
Hold on. We got the young Collins, the young Shamor Collins that plays for Millville. Deuce.
Bring him on because he is
the young Shamor Collins says, "Tell Deuce I said he better start watching film."
Deuce should have
Deuce. Do you have anything to say about that? I told you Millville was coming to area with a lot of energy. They feeding off that Highland win. Y'all gave them light. They like, oh, they lost to Highland. Oh, we could beat them.
How big is the Collins kid?
About 6 foot.
About 6 foot, 5'11", 6 foot.
He got to be taller than 5'11".
215, 220. I would say I think he's like 215 or 210.
More like 220.
He looked thicker. I'm not sure. Hey Wood, how big is your son, man? What's his measurables? He looks bigger on film.
Yo, he looks huge.
He looks bigger on film. He does.
Ruskino Ross is crazy. I think it said Timber Creek's biggest win of the year was against Hamilton. They won the chip. It's got to be somebody from Hamilton. I don't know who it is.
It's Cotty, man.
No, I think it's Abrams. It might be Abrams' dad.
It could be.
It got to be.
Or it's Cotty's brother.
Nah, Cotty's brother is the type that he.
Nah, he won't do that. He won't do that.
He ain't gonna do that.
As of right now, that is the biggest one. So he ain't lying.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah. Mike Tucker says unless you're at every single practice and watch film from it, it's tough. There's a lot that goes on in practice. It's true. It's true. That's what I'm saying. Like, but we as fans and parents, the first thing we look to is the coaches. You know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. I've done it. You know what I mean? But sometimes I talk to somebody else on my team, another parent, they'd be like, well, Johnny should have made that tackle. And I'll be like, you know what? You're right. Johnny should have made that tackle. I'm worrying about the formation, and it ain't got nothing to do with you got your hands on them, tackle them.
Yeah, it's a fine line.
You know what I mean?
Yeah, it's a fine line.
It's a fine line.
Yeah.
Because I think coaches take, if your son is a stud on a team, coaches kind of take that, they don't.
Sean Moore said he's 5'11".
They won't act.
How much you weigh, Sean Moore?
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Towards that individual, and then another individual kid who may not be that good, like, man, don't talk to me unless it's 24 hours, 48 hours after the game.
Wood said he's big enough for me to put down if he thinks he's grown.
No, but here's the thing. Here's the thing with coaching. You got to know your personnel. Mm-hmm. You got to know if I pick this guy in space in a big game, he might fold.
Right.
You understand what I'm saying?
You got to know your kids.
And if you look around South Jersey, a lot of coaches don't know their personnel.
Yeah.
They just get out here and like, I've been highly critical of Highland. Like, yo, man, they got to stop with this 86 football shit. Like, you gotta come into the future. Mm-hmm. You can't just power football, double tight end, and power the football. But maybe they don't trust their kids to, you know what I'm saying? Because maybe they know their personnel.
He said 200, 5'11", 200.
He looked bigger than 200.
He looked bigger than that.
He said on film, cleats make you bigger. That's what he said.
Maybe it's the tight pass.
I just saw him at the Wilson game. He looked a lot bigger at the
like. It was big, man.
I mean, maybe our perception is off.
Somebody just said when you discuss it in front of your kids, it's a problem.
Discuss what?
With the coaches?
Oh, no, you ain't never supposed to do that. You're never supposed to do that.
Yeah.
You're never supposed to do that.
Listen, I'll tell you one thing. A lot of these kids know that they play for coaches that ain't that good at coaching, but they still give them their all. But you can't tell a football player that he ain't going to recognize he got a bad coach.
Yeah, you can't. But it's like you said, if the kid gets in the car...
I'm not going to hype it up. It like, my kids play for coaches, that he felt like they weren't like fully using him.
Right.
Back at GT, he had one pass thrown to him.
Right.
He felt like he should have had a couple of other passes. I'm not going to be like, you know what, you're right.
No, you can't.
You know what I'm saying?
You can't.
I may say, yo,
You can't.
it's okay for you to feel that way, but when you go to practice, just show them what you could do.
Right.
You know what I'm
conversation
saying?
we used to have with those kids in the car coming from GT? Like, well, if that's
Man.
how you feel when you get your opportunity.
So
Now,
if you're
outside of the kid, you like, yo, man,
what is
are
they doing? Now,
You know what I'm
we could speak on this.
Right.
The conversation with Johnny in the car when we first went to GT.
Oh man, he was hot.
When Johnny was mad, damn near about to cry,
God, he was so mad.
and we couldn't talk like nothing into
He
him.
was so mad.
So I looked in the rearview mirror. We driving, me and you in the car. He's eyes is bloodshot red. It's like damn near tears coming down.
Oh,
He's hot. They had Deuce as a starting running back at the time, and I'm like, they had Deuce and Jalen Cheek as starting running backs with like
Shout out to
CT
Jalen
or
Cheek.
somebody like that. You know,
Jalen Cheek.
yes,
I didn't even know he played running back.
he played running back at the
Played
time.
with everything.
Yeah, he's
Winslow-
an athlete.
Well, Winslow could sure use a running back
Listen.
right now. So
Nah, I mean, that boy like 6'3", 6'4", is running the rock.
Yeah,
They need to throw him the ball.
they
But
definitely need to throw him the ball.
Johnny in the car, you know, pretty much close to tears or in tears, whatever. I don't remember. It was a couple years ago. So he was mad that he wasn't in the starting lineup or whatever, getting the ball. So what I said to Johnny was, when they give you the ball, every time they give you the ball, score. I said at the end of the day, when they give you the ball, score. I said, what we talking about here? I said, if they give you the ball 4 times and you score 4 times, are you going to be mad?
oh shit, they called
You feel me?
Khalid Charlemagne the God.
You know what I mean?
He said, "Who's Charlemagne the God behind the camera?" Listen, that's our producer, man. He keep everything tight on the back end.
Yo. So, moral to the story, end of the story, that we had the scrimmage the next day.
Yeah.
Johnny ain't start. They ran a couple other guys, we ain't score. They ran Angelo scored. They gave Johnny the ball, Johnny scored. Next play, Johnny scored. Next play, Johnny scored. 3 handoffs, 3 touchdowns. After that, he was a starting running back. Right. So sometimes you as a kid can change that narrative.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? I've had situations even in high school with my kid where I may talk to the coach, you know what I'm saying, about certain issues, but I'm telling my son, you ain't good enough.
Right. You got it. I mean, you got it.
You know what I'm saying? That's what I'm telling
How
him.
did Jihad look against Highland? I haven't heard much about him.
Jihad did okay. I mean, he had some plays that he probably wished he could take back. I mean, first game back after a year and a half.
Second game
pretty
back.
much.
First full game.
First game he had, I think he was on a restriction. He had to play 10 minutes before they fully cleared him, or 8 minutes, something like that. Against Violin, he had about 5 tackles.
Abdul, this ain't no 0 dark 30, man.
So
we got lighting and everything in here.
you know what I mean?
You want to watch Cotty live? Go be my guest. We got substance over here.
You know what I mean? He did all right, but you know, he'll get better as the season go on. Right. He'll get better. He'll get his stamina. Look good though. He looks really good. Make the best of opportunities given. Yeah, that's
all you can do.
That's all you can do.
That's exactly it.
You know what I'm saying? And the one thing about it is you can't make excuses for your kid. Well, the coach this or the coach that, or you just simply can't do that.
Mm-hmm.
No,
that'd
be a problem.
No, you can't do that.
That'd be a problem.
Yeah.
They want to talk about the game of the week, man.
Game of the week.
Get into the game of the week.
Let's go.
So the game of the week is Woodrow Wilson at Shawnee. That's the game.
Hold on 1 second.
Woodrow Wilson.
Before we get into that, we got to tease that, man. That's gonna be one. Hold on 1 second.
I gotta go with Wilson with that one. Even though Wilson, I gotta go with Wilson.
You going with Wilson?
You know, Shawnee is tough. Great coaching.
Hold on. Hold on. We ain't gonna get into that yet.
Dawu, who you taking?
Hold on. We gonna get into that.
They want to talk about.
Hold on, y'all give me 2 seconds, man. I'm gonna bring in a guest real quick. Oh man, y'all give me a second.
Who's the guest?
Y'all give me a quick little second.
That be my boy. And I ain't talking about.
Hold on. Now we ain't talking about game of the week right now.
Can smoke cigarettes in here. Should have stayed in the shed.
Yes, stayed out back. Huh?
Gas. High octane diesel.
Brian Lopeman, you don't never come to the prep to support Mr. NLG.
Hey,
Brian, I know that name, man.
Damn, I'm trying to figure this out.
I know that guy.
Hold on, y'all give me a second, man. Y'all go ahead. Talk about something other than game of the week. We're gonna talk about that last.
He said Wilson lost to Cedar Creek, who got blown away by Pleasantville. Millville TC is game of the week. So
actually, Cedar Creek Pleasantville like a rivalry.
So actually,
tease the other ones before we. I'm gonna be right back.
So actually, we have 3 games of the week this week.
Okay, what's that?
The other 2 games of the week is going to be Millville Timber Creek and Haddonfield West Deffin. But the game of the week is Shawnee Wilson.
So let's get into the Millville Creek.
Millville Creek is a big game because now after Millville started off with a hard schedule and went 0-3, they've won 2 in a row. And we thought Timber Creek was more than what they are. Maybe they're not. Maybe they just had a bad game. Whatever the case may be, it's a big game for both of them.
What's Millville's D-backs looking like?
I don't know much about their secondary. You know, I know they got this guy named Solomon DeShields that when he does decide to turn the switch on, he gets very adult-like out there on the field when he decides to turn the switch on.
that boy,
but he doesn't always turn the switch on. So
I think he's going to get up for this game. I think Collins is going to get up for this game. I think they're going to get up. But
Dawu said Millville by 20.
Shit, come on, Will.
Brian Lopeman, we got more at stake, man. We got a lot of shit to offer you out there.
I don't think by 20.
He said Millville by 20. So prior to losing to Highland, as I said, I had TC going on some type of run. I wasn't thinking about whether they was going to beat Millville, but that quick, the narrative changed, and all of a sudden I'm like, TC Millville's a game. I don't know who's going to win right now. I don't have a pick right now. But it's going to be a game worth going to see.
If you ask me to pick right now, I would go with TC. And let me tell you why. The quarterback. You know what I mean? And the way they'll go 5 wide in a minute.
You ready? Hold on. I don't know if you can hear me. Hold on.
It's going to be Millville, but that quick.
You ready, young boy?
Yeah.
All right. I'm about to bring you in.
Who's that?
Hey, real quick, man. We trying to do something innovative. We had a couple guys set up. I was waiting for one ball. Oh man, what happened? I was waiting for one ball to join in. He ain't joined in yet. Hold on, let me work it. I'm trying to work it real quick.
Who you got coming in?
Hold on.
I don't know that kid.
Where did John at?
What's up, dog?
He said, "What's up, dog?" Hold on 1 second.
It ain't bad.
Yeah. What's he doing?
What you got to push over there?
Shamor Collins says pressure bust pipes.
Some more? He is a dog, man. I like his game. I like his game a lot, man. He's big. He's long. He's long enough.
Okay.
When you look at him on the field, he looks like he's about 230.
I know they want to get in and they want to talk a little bit about Group 1, but to me, there's nothing to talk about. Williamstown, Penn's Group, collision course.
That's it. I don't think
there's anything else to talk about.
I don't think Paulsboro has enough right now to compete with those two teams.
Willingboro, Pennsgrove, collision course.
That's it.
So we'd love to give you some Group 1 feedback, but I don't really see.
Who would you taking that game? Pennsgrove is big, man.
I seen
them in person.
I haven't seen either one.
Yo, can y'all hear us? I'm sorry. I'm sorry about that.
Football team Pennsgrove is.
Hold on, I'm about to.
Before we get into that, let's get into these Group 1. Let's talk about Group 1.
Group 1, I'm telling you.
Right now.
Hold on.
There's a couple good teams.
It's good.
I'm telling you right now.
Outside of Pennsgrove and Willingboro, but them two are on a different level.
It's kicking me out. It's kicking me out. So I'm gonna have to leave.
You can't hear.
Yeah, nah, you took the sound out.
Y'all can't hear?
Oh, there we go.
We back. We should be back.
Yeah, we back.
I hit the wrong button. I apologize, man. Like I said, we're working through something.
You hit the wrong button. We back.
Mm-hmm. Who the young boy you trying to bring in?
I'm trying to tell the young boy, you know what I mean, who the young boy was, but he ain't there no more. He disappeared.
Yeah, so tell him who the young boy was who you was trying to bring in, man.
We good now.
I've never even seen that young boy before.
Nah, we hit the wrong button.
Yeah.
So just to talk about Group 1 for a little bit, for a few moments, I don't think there's nobody else to talk about. If you ain't talking about a Willingboro, Pennsgrove collision course, there's a couple other teams that are okay, but they're just a step behind. Like they're just a step behind right now.
Like, no disrespect to Willingboro, that I'm picking Pennsgrove, but because Willingboro is big too, and I like this Sumo.
Demi Sumo, he's a tough kid. Demi Sumo, yeah, he gets busy. They got players on the team. I just don't really trust that coaching when it's a competitive, when it's a worthy opponent. I don't trust that coach.
They got a great quarterback. They got a great wide receiver. Big line.
Yeah, Woodbury lost to Pleasantville.
Yeah, but I think Woodbury's on a rebuilding year type deal.
Well, they must have been doing that for the last 4 years.
Hey man, sometimes it might take 4 or 5 years to get everybody to buy into what you're trying to do. They get Reagan there next year, right?
I don't know if Reagan's going there or not.
So here
they lose Andre Parker next year.
So here's something else.
4-year starter at quarterback.
Something else we didn't get into was Cedar Creek losing.
Oh yeah, Cedar Creek.
That was
That's a rivalry game, ain't it?
Yeah, that was a rivalry game. Big game.
I don't know how much of a rivalry game it is.
I mean, down there it is.
They're around the corner. Yeah. Egg Harbor City.
Egg Harbor City and Pleasantville. Shout out to Egg Harbor City. I used to be down there,
Philadelphia Project.
Philadelphia Projects.
That's where everybody knows you go to Egg Harbor. Go to Philadelphia.
Shout out to
Philadelphia Apartments. We in Egg Harbor City.
Shout out to my cousin Nah.
Hey, look, man, I was trying to do something. We had a couple of guests that we was going to bring on. They're not. It's not allowing me to bring them on. But we'll work on that part for y'all next week. We had Young Sharp set up. He had a big game the other day. So we wanted to bring him on, talk to him about, his game and everything he's got going on down there in Millville. Doing a great job. I mean, that kid is next level. I don't know if y'all got to get out and see him. If you haven't seen him, make sure y'all get out and see Young Sharp from Millville.
I'm from South
really
Jersey,
good kid.
Millville is really South Jersey.
Yeah, that's down there, but that kid can play, man. When they come,
Sharp, that kid Sharp. I mean, they got a good class of running backs this year with Sharp.
They got the Myers kid down there.
Black Dynamite. over at Innerborough. You got Reagan and Wilson at
Elijah
Woodbury.
Jennings.
Elijah Jennings at PY. He's a grown man.
Right now, they got I think Dave is back playing. I think he's playing running back.
Dave Washington's back playing running back at Monroe. He left. He reclassed.
Good for him. Hey, way to go, Dave.
Well, we here over at the D2 Sports Network, we never go against reclassification. You know what I mean?
No. Way to go, Dave. What did he see you in
We
10th
support
grade?
reclassifications by all measures over here at the D2 Sports
Way to
Network.
go, Dave.
You know,
Yeah.
we would hope that you handle things a little bit clearer and crispier. But
Could you imagine if the Abrams kid reclassified?
yeah, he's young.
That's what, yeah.
He just turned 16.
Could you imagine if he reclassified? Would he be in the 10th grade now?
Yeah.
10th grade.
He would be number one back in the class.
10th grade, number 1 back in the state of New Jersey.
That's easy.
Yeah. Big, strong, fast.
Yeah.
I mean, it's to each his own. Everybody got their own thing.
Oh, I forgot. We
You know what
forgot
I'm
to talk about how St. Joe's just dismantled Haddonfield. And now
We got to talk
Haddonfield
about
lost
that.
a lot.
Haddonfield lost a lot, but
Joe's lost a lot too, though.
Haddonfield, even when they lose, they're not typically a team that gets the shit beat out of them. They're usually within 10 points or so. And they got to go to West Deptford Friday.
Who, Joe's?
Haddonfield goes to West Deptford Friday, and West Deptford appears to be running like a well-oiled machine right now.
West
So
Deptford's going to kick their ass.
Yo, man.
we get to find out who West Deptford is.
They got the
put the
Bookman
paws
kid
on
there,
them.
too.
Yeah, put the paws on them.
Yo, South Jersey is loaded with running backs, man.
And then St. Joe's goes to West Deptford. We'll get into that though. That's a couple weeks from now.
Man, we got some good stuff coming up in South Jersey, man.
We'll get into that.
Oh, my God, man. Some games I would really like
The
to see.
meat of the schedule is coming in. But you want to get into this game of the week or what?
Let's get into that.
Let's do it.
Let's do it.
Woodrow Wilson travels to Shawnee.
Let's do it.
What's the coach down in Shawnee named Gush?
Tim Gushu.
Gushu.
He's probably my second. He's the second best coach in South Jersey, in my opinion. I got to go with
Who's the
Delano
first?
first. Haddonfield. I'm a
Haddonfield.
Delano fan.
Oh, Haddonfield coach is boss.
He's amazing.
Yeah, he is. He's a made man.
He's the opposite of Violent. He does the most with the least. Violent does the least with the most. He's the opposite of Violent.
Violence coaches should be fired.
Yo, that's like the 4th time you just said
Y'all
that.
talking about these candidate coaches and all that. Violence coaches need to be fired and banned from South Jersey football.
Just sign after the game.
After they
After
came.
the Creek game.
Oh, they was on. I don't know what was going on,
you
but
know what
somebody
type
was
of
about to
stud
get stressed
I
out out
is?
there, boy. I said, let me get in my car and take my ass home. boy.
Paulsboro and Woodbury ain't getting no pub because neither one of them is ranked. There, we can't. You know, we only got a limited amount of time on the show. We can't. We don't have time to talk about people that ain't ranked. Like we just can't
Who-
fit
who-
that
who
into
wants
the
to talk
schedule.
about?
The Woodbury Paulsboro game. Like we don't have time to fit that.
When
into
is that
the
game?
schedule. We might as well talk about how who did Eustis just upset somebody this weekend.
This guy,
They did.
man.
Eustis
Fuck.
upset somebody this weekend. You know what I mean? Like we don't have time to talk about that. We had limited time on the
Correction.
show.
Yo, that's
Eustis
always a
coaches is the
classic.
worst coaches in South Jersey.
You know what I mean?
Got this school.
Gushu is over Delano.
You take
Delano
Gushu.
has taken Gushu's blueprint.
I'm a Delano fan, but you can argue. You won't be wrong either way. You take either one. But we're gonna
Gushu is
get
the man.
we gonna get
Always
into
goes
this
one.
game of the week.
Violent just beat Trenton Central.
Now I know a lot of y'all gonna
Got a football
talk.
team up there?
I know a lot of y'all gonna pick Wilson to win this game because you think they're gonna be able to out athlete them.
Why somebody said that?
But I'm telling you,
He has a way of neutralizing
winning.
athleticism.
I'm telling you, Shawnee's gonna be Medford's gonna be a rough ride for Woodrow Wilson.
Let me tell you
Friday
something. If Woodrow Wilson don't run the ball, they just might lose.
They can't keep up with Shawnee's line. I'm telling you that right now. They can't bang with them.
You got to run the ball, man. Play action, something. I mean, they got a decent quarterback. He's tough.
Who is 61 from Joe's?
Woodrow, I think that's the new transfer that they just
St.
got
Joe's?
from Cumberland. Yeah, he just this was
Well,
his
there's
first
somebody
They said he was out there
put the
wrecking.
paperwork in for that.
game. He's
I don't know.
good. He's supposed to be good.
This guy is hilarious.
My thing with Wilson, fellas, is I like Wilson. I think Wilson's good, but Wilson has played 4 games and they've given up over 20 points every single game. You go to Medford with that type of attitude, you're gonna lose.
Well, I know they got.
Do Shawnee score a lot though?
I mean, they score a lot when they play bad teams, and when they play good teams, they score enough. 14, 21 points when you play a good team is enough.
I think they got. I know they got their linebacker. One of the linebackers coming back.
They beat Cherokee 17-7. They beat us 14-7 in overtime.
Well, they gonna take the air out of the ball. They're gonna make it a 1 to 2 possession type game.
Shawnee's got. I'm telling you, Shawnee's got
that's their game plan.
receiver.
Gushu is the master of milk truck football, man. He's the master of making the game slow and ugly.
Slow it down to the pace that they want.
Wilson plays no defense though. They've given up over 20 points every game and over 30 points twice.
Wilson got athletes all over the field, man.
They can score, right? But what happens when you play Cedar Creek and they can score too? You lose the game. You give up 28, 31 points and lose the game.
Cedar Creek got athletes. Cedar Creek got athletes all over the field.
Exactly.
So
Shawnee's got a coach and they got some players over there.
What will say, Khalid?
Will Hickerson says styles make fights. Shawnee is disciplined, fundamentally sound team. QB is scrappy lefty and extends plays.
That's a good analysis
very
right there. It's a very accurate analysis.
He's one of those
Shawnee's
other sophomores.
He's another one of them sophomore. It's a sophomore quarterback battle.
Shawnee's not gonna make too many mistakes as far as false starts and offsides and. They're just not going to do that. You better be disciplined when you go up there.
There ain't too many times that a team is going to go to a away game and play in an atmosphere like Medford going to bring you. When you come to Shawnee,
crazy.
You got to be prepared.
It's going to be crazy.
You got to be prepared because the student section about 400 strong alone.
I got asked.
The band got 100 people in the goddamn marching band.
We talk about the atmosphere. I wanted to ask you. From your perspective or your sideline where you was at doing a game.
I came over to Creek sideline. I came over to fuck with y'all. I couldn't get in.
Yeah.
I couldn't get past the people.
When they scored and shot the confetti off, the student section.
I knew y'all had something, but I didn't know what.
What was you thinking, bro?
Like, yo, what the?
Yo, the whole confetti it covered the whole field. I was crying. I was like, if I was on the other side, I probably would be hot right now. You should have seen it. But yeah, those atmospheres, man, these student sections, they make the atmosphere too. Like,
make it go.
That's a part of the whole experience of football.
Yes, it is.
Of high school football is the marching band, the community, the fans,
how they get behind
the parents, all of that.
Looks like Medford closes down for night. It look like you in Texas the way Medford do.
It get dark out that thing too.
It gets dark. Ain't a lot of traffic lights. Little stop signs. You know what I mean? A lot of deer and shit running around.
Yeah.
So who's your pick for the game of the week? Sure, would want to know.
That got to be the game of the week.
I think these guys.
Wilson Shawnee is the game of the week.
Who you going with? I got Shawnee.
My heart want to go with Wilson because I know they got the better athletes. But like you said, it's gonna come down to who makes the least amount of penalties, and I don't think Shawnee's gonna make very few penalties.
Shawnee don't wait till halftime.
You taking Shawnee? Everybody taking Shawnee?
Shawnee doesn't wait till halftime. They make in-game adjustments on the dime.
Yeah.
He makes them on the
thing
dime.
about it, they don't get too many penalties. They don't jump off sides. They're not in the neutral zone. They're not missing tackles.
Listen, man, y'all could call me a homer. I'm from the city. I'm going with Wilson.
You going Wilson?
I want to go with Wilson. Wilson has.
I'm going with Wilson. I think it's going to be. I think Wilson going to win 34-21.
I don't think they scored
It's not
that many
be that
points
many
on
points
Shawnee,
being
bro.
scored, yeah.
Y'all don't?
I don't think they scored that many points on Shawnee.
I think it's going to be a high, like
My
it's
heart
going to be back and forth.
Because Wilson.
But I'm going with Wilson, man.
Wilson has the
21.
clearly the most superior athletes. They got the Clark kid, who's
It's going to be a good one.
stud. They got. You can't say nothing.
Dawood said, y'all picking them. He said they going to lose.
Who, Shawnee?
Yeah.
Tough to be Shawnee, man.
He said they going to lose. Yo, Medford has deer at the game. Watch your car going home. That's what Nick said.
Will Hickson barely beat them last year when they had the young team. You barely beat them.
Yeah, but I don't see I don't see anybody matching up with Fidel. I think
that's the problem.
See, here's the thing. I think the Harvey kid is the better receiver right now on
Harvey
Wilson.
makes the offense.
He's the best receiver on Wilson. Right. However,
we know
Fidel is a matchup problem. He's 6'5", 6'6", 240 something. You can't put a corner out there that's 5'10". You can't. So you got to try to match up, put somebody out there that's 6'2", somebody that's something that can try to hold him. So if you take your best player and put it on him, now Harvey getting open. And then you still got Amari Clark.
Amari Clark is a matchup nightmare as well.
You run Muheen.
That's what I'm saying.
You really throw them off.
I said if Wilson can run the ball.
I like Shawnee 17-14.
In overtime. Probably.
They had Wilson last year and let them off the hook.
But I'm thinking Shawnee might pull
Last
it
year
out.
they won.
That don't disrespect the Preston, because Preston doing a great job.
1917. Wilson won 1917.
I mean, I think it's going to be a close game.
It's going to come down to who makes that last.
I got Wilson up, man, like by I ain't gonna say about 10 points, by 14 or something like that. It's gonna be like some crazy score. I think it's gonna be crazy.
That's
man.
a lot. 34 points against Shawnee is a lot.
Yeah, but they averaging that.
It's
probably more.
It's not about the kids.
They give up 30 a game.
Who gave up 30 a game?
Wilson
Shawnee never give up 30.
Wilson gives up 30 a game.
Like what? Shawnee don't give up that many points.
Seneca scored 32 points.
Yeah, Wilson. Shawnee don't give up that many points.
I'm going with Wilson. Sherwood got Wilson 2017.
2017. That's a good.
That's what he got. You know what I'm saying? But how many corners are 6'2"? Your average is 6 foot. Exactly. That's what I'm saying. So they gonna have to move a defensive end or somebody to try to cover that kid. Just to run with him. You know what I'm saying? We got another receiver.
Wilson gives up too many points every game. They giving you up 30 points.
And kids gotta bring their stuff out the locker room.
Shawnee.
Shawnee definitely got the bigger offensive line and defensive line.
Huge.
They're big. Now Wilson D-line is big. Their D-line is big. You know what I'm saying? Like I said, I know they got a couple kids coming back. I know they got a defensive player coming back. That should help them.
Receivers coming back too.
Yeah, somebody said a wide receiver. I know about him, Mike. I ain't gonna tell you how, but I know about him.
What's up, Kareem Biggs? What's up, Kareem Biggs?
Yeah. Yo, what's up, Reem? Where you been, man? We already done talked about Williamstown, man.
Williamstown?
Yeah, they done already got on Williamstown. But that's who I'm going with.
Rock with Wilson.
So everybody in here got Shawnee. I got Wilson.
I want to say Wilson, but they give up too many points.
That scares me too
because they got the better athletes. If you match them just team for team, Wilson got clearly better athletes. But I think
it's good, Marsh.
I think that Shawnee is going to make it a dogfight. I think they're going to make it. They're going to slow the game down and make it really, really ugly.
Ooh, it's going to be crazy.
It's not going to be about a style point game.
It's going to be crazy.
Now, if Wilson gets that run game going,
you saying they only put up 17 on Cherokee? They put up 47 on Rancocas Valley and 45 on Morristown.
Yeah, they both not that good though.
Seneca's not that good either, and they put up 32 on Wilson. That's what I'm trying to tell you.
I don't know about Seneca.
I think with Wilson, I think it's about a discipline thing. If they can stay disciplined, they'll win. If not,
I got Stephen Bowman says Shawnee 21-14. Derek Moore says Shawnee 23-22.
It's going to be one of them type of games.
Mike Tucker says trust me, Riggs, the depth.
I don't even think it's going to get in the 20.
Defense will get better.
Mm-hmm.
I don't think it's going to get in the 20. I'm saying 17-14.
I'm not doubting that it will, but I'm just saying it is hard for me to pick a team to win a game that gives up 30 points a game. And you ain't played a team like Shawnee or a Tim Gushu coach team yet. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's just hard for me to pick against that. And you're going to Medford.
That's going to be tough.
It's
going to be tough. It's going to be tough. It's going to be tough with them. It's going to be tough. But if Wilson can stay disciplined and don't make many penalties, I think they'll win. You can't make
So
mistakes against those guys.
Yeah, that's the game of the week.
That's our game of the week.
What was the other games?
Our other 2 games.
West
If
Defford.
you can't make it to that game, you either need to be at West Defford and Haddonfield or Creek and Millville.
When do
You need
Wilson
to be at one of them 3 games.
when do Wilson play Shawnee? Is it Friday night game?
Friday night.
Friday night.
Who you got? Haddonfield, West Defford.
What's that?
I'm going West Defford.
I'm going West Defford too.
I'm going West Defford. St. Joe's and matched Haddonfield out there. I think they just ain't got the players this year.
I think Bookman's gonna have like 240.
They just ain't got the players.
Easy 240 on them.
That's what I said. Camden Catholic put up 20 some points on Wilson.
Whoa, get out of here.
Stop.
They did.
Y'all gotta stop.
Camden Catholic ain't put up no 20
Camden Catholic put up 20 some
No,
points on Wilson,
Wilson?
man.
You lying.
I'm telling you.
Y'all gotta
Camden Catholic
stop
stinks.
it, yo.
Camden Catholic is horrible.
They got all freshmen on the field.
You gotta stop it, yo.
They stink.
Cherokee is sound. Nothing to write home
I'm
about.
saying Cherokee put,
You're not
but
gonna
Cherokee
push
only
them
put
over.
7 on Shawnee, right? But Cherokee put a dub on Millville, though. See what I'm saying? It's a difference. Who you play matters.
Shawnee's
Well,
a very well coached team.
Will said something earlier. Styles make fights. You know what I'm saying?
And that's what I'm
like
saying.
some teams just match up good with other teams.
I'm saying Shawnee is going to make it an ugly game.
Selling versus Glassboro. Reem just put that out there.
Selham versus Glassboro.
Hell no. He did that to be funny. I told you we don't have enough time on the show to get into all that type of stuff.
Y'all boys is shot out.
Shout out to both of those teams, but y'all didn't make the podcast this week.
Yo, every week we're gonna have different topics. You know, some stuff
Not
that
this
y'all
week. Next week, maybe.
that y'all put up here. We just want to continue to
like
make it
last
grow. It's our first one. We're gonna start. Bringing in some people, man. We got some good stuff set up, some great ideas. This thing is going to be something new, innovative, and hope y'all liked it. You know, so far we had a couple glitches. We'll be back a little better next week. But anything else, y'all? What was the last topic we was talking about, man? What was the last topic?
It was a good sample run.
Yeah, it was a great sample run.
My last topic was
But next time we're gonna have some Henny.
just strength of schedule, like who you play, you know, when you play, how it fluctuates the polls, how we start to learn who's who, and what's what.
I'm not a big fan of that.
We have to have the polls, man. If we don't have the polls, then what are we doing? We have to have the polls.
Well, we all know Williamstown is number 1.
Williamstown's number 1. It doesn't look like it's changing anytime soon.
And who would you have at number 2?
Lennon P.
Man, I ain't even going down that rabbit hole. Y'all can have that. I ain't going down no ranking rabbit hole.
Keep it real simple. Williamstown is balling.
Williamstown, they the clear cut number
Anything else
1.
You can just talk about
What? Yeah,
They are balling.
they the clear. Williamstown.
Nobody thought the offense was going to be like it is neither.
Yeah,
They picked it up faster than we thought.
Yeah.
We thought they were going to pick it up till the end of the season.
That's what I know. That's what I
They
thought
picked it up
because they got
faster.
a younger quarterback. Having young quarterbacks,
Dougie been balling though. Kid Dougie Brown
Balling.
been throwing it. You got Brody Colbert. He's a fucking dog.
Colb's
You know what I
my
mean?
guy, man.
You got Aaron Lois going both ways,
Wait,
killing shit.
wait.
He's
Let me
a
just say this.
monster,
Let me say this.
he's a monster.
Nah, I ain't gonna even get into that. We miss Brody Colbert at Highland.
They got Quinn Hart out there doing some work. They got the young Inge out there doing. I mean, they got pieces.
They got a great team. They got a great football team.
They got pieces.
They got a great football team.
He said
It's a
we
great
should
football
go over the
program.
Gridiron New Jersey rankings for the playoffs. We should. We should do that on the next show.
Gridiron New Jersey.
Check out this PowerPoint. Get into this PowerPoint.
We'll get
shit,
into
see if
it.
We can figure something out.
I have no way
Hey,
the PowerPoint system works.
Yeah, yo, that's a good. That's what we're going to do next week. We're going to have some guys on. Somebody on next week, kind of explain and talk about that, the PowerPoint, so we all can know a little bit more about it.
I'm clueless on how they do it. And I understand strength of schedule, and that's about it.
The main thing you gotta understand is the snaking, though. That's the most important thing to the bracket.
I don't even understand.
we gonna have to break this thing down.
I'm lost. You know what I'm saying?
He said, "How y'all feel about T of C for football?"
Man, we wish they had a tournament of champions for football, bro. We
Yo.
wish we wish we could just get it like a South Jersey champ. We can't get nothing else. Give us a South Jersey, some type of.
That's why I said, listen,
Who's the real number one in
I'm
South
cool.
Jersey tournament
I'm
or some
cool.
shit like that?
I'm almost cool I'm cool with them moving Thanksgiving games after those
Thanksgiving
Brawls.
game?
We need to get rid of. We need to whitewash Thanksgiving games.
Get it out of here.
But the tradition of it is great. The tradition is good. Like, I grew up with it. You know what I mean? You wake up, you go eat, you go play football, you go home, you eat again, and you know what I mean? You enjoy a 3-4 day weekend. It's good, but what I'm saying is, if we're going to get to a championship, it has to be moved up into a meaningful part of the schedule. Either we have a straight rivalry week where everybody play their rival games, or they put it somewhere in the schedule.
This is how bad Thanksgiving games are.
That's going to be tough.
They made Timber Creek forget who their real rival is. Winslow's your real rival. It's played at a point that doesn't matter.
Right.
If you play Winslow during the season, that thing go crazy.
That's what I'm saying. Like, that, I know.
Now Highland's your rival because you're playing Highland when it counts.
12-5. Winslow.
Right.
Timber Creek. That thing is. Winslow had more wins in that rivalry. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Timber Creek just started beating them in them rivalries.
Yeah.
Yeah, but at the time they playing them,
it's pointless.
Like
sometimes,
ain't even
hey,
playing.
Will, I'm gonna hit you up. That's why I
one
wanted
team
to
is
bring
still
you up,
playing and
bring
going
you
to the
on
chip.
next week.
One team didn't even make the playoffs. So now it's
You
like,
can either come in.
We gonna try to hurt one of your players,
Right? So you don't play those.
Or I'll
players.
pipe you in
Camden
on
was
live.
a situation like that, like maybe a year or two ago, something like that.
Yeah, they sat players and pulled players.
Yeah, because we about to go play for this shit. What do we care about?
The Thanksgiving game that lasted the longest was West Defford and Paulsboro, because they both was going to the chip, and they both played 100% starters.
Right.
And they played on, instead of playing on Thanksgiving, they played on Friday night.
Right.
Friday night, Black Friday. Mm-hmm. And they will both always be going to the chip, so they would just rock out with all their starters, and whoever won. But that's not the case. It wasn't the case for nobody else. It would always be one team in, one team out type situation.
Yeah. So make some.
No.
Don't make the Thanksgiving game count towards the regular season. That's a long regular season, because right now we start the playoffs before Thanksgiving.
Right. So
we wouldn't be able to start we wouldn't be able to start the playoffs after Thanksgiving.
They be moving into.
You know what I mean? I mean, they could, but it's going to be cold as hell out that thing. I know last year, Burlington Township.
I like Camden versus Wilson somewhere in the middle of the season, like week 4
Week
or
4.
5. I don't want y'all to play week 0.
Yeah.
Because nobody ain't ready yet. I want to see them both play mid-season in stride. For week 4, 5, 6, something like that.
Mm-hmm.
Battle of the city.
You know what I mean?
That's a good one.
You play that game middle of the season, the whole Camden be at the game.
That thing will be rocket. That thing will be shit.
I play that bitch Friday night, bitch, at Camden.
Could you imagine if they both undefeated at that time too?
You know what I mean? It's a waste of a Thanksgiving game, particularly right now while both teams are good. Both teams are good. Have a winning program right now. You know what I mean? Both teams got college players galore.
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
You know what I mean?
So Mike Tucker says, I got one more question. Once we do get to a true state championship, what happens to all them teams with the so-called state championships? I think you just keep it.
You keep it.
You know what I mean? You ain't got to go that in depth with it. I think you just keep it.
Super Bowl wasn't once the Super Bowl.
You know what I mean? Yeah. Just keep it. Just keep it.
Yeah, we don't have a Thanksgiving game at Prep. A couple years ago, we played Cedar Creek on Thanksgiving. That was the last time we played a Thanksgiving game.
I'm not for the Thanksgiving.
A couple years ago, we got rid of that.
Not for it.
I like them when they good.
Kid, because I played for Haddon Heights and we wasn't going nowhere.
We had been knocked out the playoffs already, and it was just like, like this is me. Once you knock me out the playoffs, we ready to hand our shit in. Like, we don't play no more fucking football. Hand our shit in and move on to the next sport, or let's get the training, or let's get the body rehab for a couple weeks. You know what I mean? Like, whatever we gotta do. I ain't trying to suit up another game after I'm knocked out of the playoffs and play a meaningless game of football. Like, I ain't trying to do that.
the Thanksgiving game as a kid because we wasn't doing nothing else. So,
My bad. Yo, I just hit the highlight joint of X, man. I just wanted to say this bull balling. He going crazy. We was trying to get him on the show tonight, but either he missed my text or I missed his. I just wanted to show y'all a couple of little clips of him, man. He is doing his thing. What do you have? Another four touchdowns this week?
Yeah, 3 touchdowns on 5 touches, 234 yards.
Yo, man. But everybody knew since this kid was playing.
Mike said, man, yo, he is moving at a speed that is totally different. If y'all don't know, I'm going to put his picture up right now. We talking about Xavier Coleman from Lenape. We was trying to get him on. He had games where he had, 4 touchdowns. This had three touchdown games.
I mean, he had a game where he took 2 kick returns back in the game.
Yeah.
He's just a very fast, explosive player. He's probably the fastest football player in South Jersey.
If he's not, he's right. He's
like, I can't think of anybody that's faster than him.
1A.
He's right there. So this something that we wanted to do on a podcast was start talking about some of the kids. We're gonna bring the focus back to the kids. We are having fun talking trash to each other. This is sports talk, man. This is what goes on in the barbershop, man. Like, don't get offended by our views or opinions. We having fun with it. Like, you know, people got to read between the lines of what it is.
And I want to say something to people. Even when I'm going off, I'm trying to get somebody to laugh. That's my whole purpose. I'm trying to get you to laugh.
That's Johnny. You almost made me spit out. That's Johnny. Yo.
I'm trying to get you to laugh, man.
So
even if you laughing at me.
Yeah, so the other young boy we wanted to have on was Young Sharp doing this thing. So just wanted to throw their pictures, put them up out there. But make sure y'all check these young boys out, man. Y'all know their numbers.
Special talent, Xavier Coleman.
Yes, sir.
It's fast.
Yo, he is.
He uber fast.
Uber fast. Uber X.
Yeah.
That one's like $2 more.
That boy. Whew. I love his game, man.
Yeah.
Gotta get out there and see him play one day.
So, nah, I didn't. We still on. We back on. It's just doing the pictures, but yeah, man, we get ready to wrap this thing up, man. Anything else y'all want to get to? Yo, Mike Tucker said Deuce getting trashed. What score, Deuce?
Hey, this is my first time on Madden.
Listen, Will, that's what I'm waiting for, the new 2-year schedule. I know it ain't gonna come out till after the season is over. But I was just telling Johnny it's gonna be a long senior year for Johnny Martin and the crew, because they coming over with the big boys. Yeah. Ain't gonna be no more PVI, Morristown, and Winslow's and all that. Bitch, you won 9 games 2 years in a row. You got to move on up, champ.
Oh man, that's going to be crazy.
Finally up, champ. On the schedule. Hey, what's that guy, Joe Cromo?
Who's that?
Joe Cromo, Shawnee guy. He's in the group.
X is definitely one of the most explosive players in the state. I haven't seen I haven't traveled the state this year yet to see, anything outside of South Jersey, but, he's definitely one of the fastest and most explosive players.
Hey, Steve, man, I appreciate it, Steve, man. This is something that we was trying to do for a long time. We was doing a podcast before, not the podcast, but we was doing shows and stuff. But this is something that I wanted to bring, man, because people get so offended by the way people talk about their teams, their players, you know what I'm saying, their town. Like, you're supposed to represent your town, but you can have fun. You can have fun with it. Like, me and Johnny, if y'all not in the South Jersey youth sports talk group, me and Johnny going back and forth, going at it. That's what we going to do. We friends. I know how far it is. I'm looking at Johnny on his live. I'm in tears, crying. You know what I'm saying? Me and Rakes was going at it all through the summer with the memes and all of that stuff. Like, that's what we do. Johnny and Rakes was going. We talk trash in sports, man. But at the end of the day, we want to have fun with this, and we want to bring kids into this where you guys get to see them and understand who these kids are, man. We're gonna bring that. We're gonna bring that exposure back. That's it. That's all we doing. We're gonna bring that exposure back. It's been missing. We trying to have fun, man. All this beefing and everybody tough. You know what I mean?
Listen, man, I'm 44.
Come on, man.
We
got kids, man.
I got about 2 minutes in me.
You know damn well it'll be a prep player on this show before this shit all said and done, right?
Too. For real, think about it in the beginning of the season when it was the whole thing about Johnny and Jada. How many people tuned in and watched that?
Oh,
yeah.
that was a great game.
Right.
Because Jokers is out there talking in the group.
Yes.
Like, y'all bring attention
You bring it up.
to our kids in our area.
Hey,
at the end of the day, that's what it's about.
Pardon me, I'm sorry, Mr. Byers.
I'll never talk about you like that again.
Never again.
Jada went off this week too, man. But at the end of the day, it's fun, man. we gonna bring some stuff in. We gonna bring some stuff in. So
Yeah.
that's it.
We'll be
It's
back
all
next
fun. No
Sunday.
need to take it serious.
Around the same
I'm from
time.
Highland.
We're
and
gonna
can't
try
stand
to
our
get
coach.
Kylie
He's
on this
terrible.
joint via.
I might have to put that nigga in handcuffs or something. Cuff his arms behind the chair or something.
Yeah, man. But we gonna get up out of here, man. We got to get ready for work tomorrow. I hope y'all enjoyed it. We're gonna try to keep it, same time. We're gonna try to be on time next time. We got some of the glitches worked out. Hope y'all enjoyed the audio quality, the video quality, the substance, what we talking about. So, man, I'm just gonna end it.
Hey,
anything else?
Hey, thanks for tuning
So we
in,
got-
man.
Thanks for tuning in.
Go Highland.
Richland Rake signing off.
Richland Rakes. Oh, I like that one. That's a good one.
All right, man. Creek Boys, we out.